Hello to you, my cosmic dragon friends. We have a little bit of an unusual reading today. We have a pick a crystal, but we're going to be picking them blind. So I was recently in Dorchester and I went in a shop called The Crystal Shop. Very imaginative, yes. And there was a lucky dip box with wrapped up crystals in them, and each one had a different sticker on. So this one has a crocodile or caiman of some sort. Perhaps an alligator. It's hard to... No, its nose is more like a caiman. I'm going to call it a caiman. And then we have some sort of dinosaur. I would say triceratops, but I don't know if that's quite right. So anyway, we can pick the caiman or the dinosaur here for your reading, and then I'm going to unwrap each crystal. And I don't know what's in there. I have not unwrapped these. These are still wrapped as they were in the shop. I have no idea what the crystals are inside. So we will find out in your reading. So take a moment to tune in and see which hilarious little cartoon lizard reptile appeals to you the most. Is it the thunder lizard, or is it the ancient but modern lizard? Yes, and then we will have messages for you from the crystals. I have no idea where this is going to go, so it should be a fun one. Anyway, timestamps will be in the description below. I'll see you in your readings. Welcome group number one, crystal number one. Let's unwrap and find out what we've got. I'm really excited because I have no idea what's in here. And these have been wrapped quite tightly with sellotape. I know you said lemonade then. That's interesting. There could be a connection to lemonade for some people watching. You definitely wouldn't wrap something with lemonade. That would be weird and very sticky. So, what have we got here? Oh my goodness. What do we have? Oh, it's a whole bunch of crystals. I thought it was one big crystal. Oh, wow, look at this. We've got some lovely raw crystals here. So this looks like a piece of, that's rose quartz there. It's a very pale piece. This could be some sodalite. That's hard to say. Interesting. Ooh, there's this rock crystal. It's very chalky. This lovely green. Oh, I love this. What's this, a calcite? Wow, I really don't know what these are, but that's okay. We're not here to identify them. We're here to interpret their energy. And then we've got, oh wow, look at this green one. It's gorgeous. What's that, fluorite? Please weigh in the comments with your opinions as to what you think these crystals are. Then there's this tiny little purpley one here. Wow, kind of reminds me of lepidolite. I don't know what we're dealing with there. And this gorgeous little piece of turquoise crystal here. So, aren't they lovely? All right, let's bring them out onto the table here. Let's see what messages we have. So you picked the caiman, so you picked modern but ancient energy to work with here. So we have our gorgeous rose quartz. I'm calling it a rose quartz because I see a hint of pink in here. Let me hold it up against something white. No, I do see a hint of pink. It's definitely a rose quartz. There's rock quartz. And then there's this very chalky stone. I'm not sure what this is. Fascinating. Blue, green, more green, purple, tiny blue. So interesting. So we've got very much the heart and higher heart chakras being represented here with our crystals. Let me move them so you can actually see them. We've also got communication coming through, so higher and lower communication with other people, and communication with the higher realms with the indigo colour of this crystal. And then we have connection to the higher realms with the purple, so we've got the crown chakra, the third eye, the throat, the heart, and the higher heart all being represented here in a very pure white here, whatever this is. I'm not entirely sure. It's so chalky. I don't know what this is. Fascinating. So we've got all of the higher chakras being activated here. So it does feel like you are in communication with your spirit guides. It feels like you are somebody who perhaps talks to spirit more than you talk to other people, or maybe you're better at talking to spirit than other people, which is understandable. You know, I get it. I get that. But there's this gorgeous, very big heart that you have here. You are somebody with great compassion. You are somebody with great love. And perhaps a need for some heart healing with the pink and green crystals coming through here. So there's a beautiful nudge here to remember to talk to other people, not just spirit, not just your guides or angels or whoever it is that you talk to usually. There's certainly a connection to a relationship, with past life connections. I feel like you have. I'm going to those ones. My guide's just guiding me which cards we're going to use. We're going to use Ascended Masters. I feel like there's a relationship in your life, possibly a romantic relationship that has strong past life connections here. And I feel that that's might be what we're talking about here, or partly what we're talking about. So let's just see what cards we have for you guys. For Cayman Crystals, pack number 1. Listen, yes. Listen to your guides, listen to spirit, and listen to other people as well. And when you're talking to other people, don't just wait your turn to speak. Actually hear what they're saying. Silence your inner voice. Yes, listening is a very, very important theme for you. It might be something you're very good at already, but they do want to talk about listening. They do want to talk about listening to wisdom and guidance as well. So maybe you're drawn to go on some sort of retreat at the moment. Maybe you're looking to do a course on mindfulness meditation so that you can better hear and be aware of the world around you, so that you can listen to that silence, listen to the void. That's a fun one. Listening to the void. Not looking into the void, listening to it. Let's try that. Maybe you're clairaudient as well. You may be somebody who has the ability to hear spirit when they speak. So focus upon your strengths with Apollo. Oh, interesting. Very fiery, powerful energy here. So there is a message here very strongly to say that you do have skills, and maybe clairaudience is your strongest suit when it comes to your psychic ability. And maybe that's something for you to focus on working with at the moment. But certainly play to your strengths, and don't feel like you have to play small just because your skills are different to other people's. Flow of prosperity, wonderful. Yes, so good fortune coming in with money coming in for you as well, which is very nice. But it's not just money, it is spiritual prosperity as well. But I do feel there could be a windfall or a pay rise coming in for some people, maybe a new job. And I want to focus on, I want to go to this card, the focus on your strength ones as well. If you are looking for a new job, go for the one that is your strongest suit rather than the one where you need to learn something. That's the message here right now. So that's just a little tip from Spirit. And meditate, yes, well, that doesn't surprise me that would show up. There's definitely a strong message about meditation and spiritual practice here for you. So if that's something that you've neglected or that you've never done, it could be time to get back on the cushion, floor, chair, bed, wherever you sit or, you know, lie, to do your meditation. So there is a very strong message that your spirit guides want to talk to you. They want to communicate, and they are asking you to listen to them. They are asking you to engage with them as well, because you have that ability, and you have that ability for other people as well. I want to say that you're very gifted psychically, and you are able to bring through messages for other people. So don't avoid doing it, because you have these abilities for a reason. They're not there by accident. And you have deep compassion. So you may be somebody who does already practice Buddhism or Zen, something like that, and you do have a deep compassion. And I feel like that's a big part of your path in this particular lifetime. Which can make it quite challenging for you, which can make it quite difficult. But it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. You can learn to make that softness a strength, and not be run over by other people and their desires and wants, for example, and not be the yes man. So there is a message here about boundaries as well. There is a message about not letting other people take advantage of you for some people here. So yes, listen to your guides, listen to your guidance. If you are looking for work, then go for something that you're already good at right now. That's kind of the message. And don't come at me, because obviously it's your decision what you do for work, but that's a suggestion. And I feel like that will help you more financially to do something that you're already good at, rather than moving into a different field at the moment. So that's an interesting message. Very often the message is, yeah, you need to retrain, you need to learn something new, but actually the message here is, you know something that can make you money. You already know the thing. So, wow, really, really interesting. Interesting messages for you. Okay, So thank you for joining me, group number 1. Feel free to watch crystal group number 2 as well if you feel drawn to do so. There may be some messages for you there as well. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe and hype this video. I will see you in the next reading, and until then, please take very, very good care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Hello, crystal group number 2. You chose the more ancient energy of the little dinosaur sticker here. So there's something connecting you with, I want to talk about messages from your ancestors for you guys. There's something connecting you to past lives, to ancestors here specifically, going into ancient times. There may be some lessons from a past life that you're actually finishing off here right now. And I'm not saying that necessarily you were incarnated as a dinosaur. I mean, who knows? Maybe you were. Who knows? There could be a connection to reptiles, though. You may actually own a reptile in this lifetime, or you maybe feel that you have a close connection to them as well because of past lifetimes. But very interesting energy for you guys. Very different to pile 1 or group 1, crystal group 1. Let's open our packet of crystals and find out what we've got in here. So it turns out this isn't just one big crystal, this is a whole bunch of crystals. So let's see. This is quite tricky. If I can carefully open this. There we go. Oh, lovely. Look at these are quite clean crystals. What is that? Is that a calcite or is it fluorite? Got a gorgeous green crystal here, very beautiful. Got another piece of green here, a nugget of purest green. If you know, you know. Oh, this is nice. This is a pale blue. Is that a blue agate? Could be. Because these are unpolished, it's more difficult for me to identify them. Is that lapis? Is that lapis? Or is it sodalite? It's beautiful, whatever it is. Absolutely stunning indigo. Gorgeous energy coming off that one. And this looks like a piece of smoky quartz because it looks dirty. So smoky quartz, and there's something about the shape of this one that kind of gives me dragon energy, kind of gives me the dragon's head, if that makes sense. I don't know if you can see that from the shape that we're looking at here. It's kind of dragon shaped to me. That's gorgeous. Very powerful. And smoky quartz is one that will actually absorb negativity. It will absorb negative energy. It will help to protect you from EMFs and from radiation, geopathic stress, geomagnetic smog. So that could be something that you struggle with. Maybe there are too many electrical items around you. Maybe you need to live somewhere where there are less I'm hearing less power grids. That's an interesting way of putting it. But fewer phone masts. You know, maybe you do better when you're somewhere remote, like up in the mountains, somewhere there isn't phone reception. You know, or somewhere where there is less radiation, less EMFs, less electromagnetic frequencies, you know, away from microwaves, away from Wi-Fi. I feel like you're that kind of person potentially. That could be helpful to you to spend some time in a retreat somewhere away from it. I'm also seeing salt caves in my mind. That could be something that you're drawn to. I believe there are salt caves in Poland that you can go to. And you can actually go down into these caves, and they're supposed to be very good for your respiratory system, very helpful. So the respiratory system could be something that's flagging up. That could be something that needs attention, in which case you will know that, and you should go and get appropriate help with that. I'm loving these green colours, greens and blues, absolutely lovely. So we've got the pale green and the dark green, then the pale blue and the dark blue. So there's a beautiful pattern here. There's a lovely symmetry. So you could be somebody that is quite balanced. You could be a Libra, or one of the double signs like Gemini, Pisces. But one of the double signs that is balanced is the same on both sides. Like Libra is the scales, Gemini is the twins. You know, Pisces is the two fish. You could say that Sagittarius is a dual sign because it's a man and a horse, but it's not balanced. I don't want to include Sagittarius in where I'm going with this energy. No offense to my Sagittarians, you guys are great, but this is very balanced energy. This is beautiful number 2 energy coming through here. So energetically, you could have a number 2 somewhere in your numerological chart. But 2 is about choices and decisions. It's also about exploring emotions. So you may be somebody who has a lot of emotions and has spent a lot of time exploring those emotions in this lifetime. certainly with the green crystals here, you are somebody with a big heart, but I see that heart's been through a lot. You might also be somebody who climbs mountains. I'm looking at the shape of this one. I'm drawn to the peak of a mountain. You may enjoy like hill walking or hiking, something like that. I'm English, so we say walking, but I know Americans are a bit more dramatic, so they tend to call it hiking. Whereas we play everything down. Maybe you're someone that plays everything down. I love how you can see through this one. It looks almost like green ice. Absolutely gorgeous. So it could be a connection, I want to say, to Iceland or the Nordic countries there, or to somewhere very snowy, icy, cold. Maybe you live in one of those parts of Canada or the States where you do get that incredible ice rain that coats everything. Or maybe you have a connection to one of those areas. Now, wow, this is wonderful. This is almost like flagging up your third eye to me very, very strongly. So I feel like there is a nudge here for you to work with your third eye, to work with your psychic abilities, or to do it more if you're already doing it. And there's a real regal energy coming off this stone, which is why I said lapis to start with. And I don't know if it is, I don't know if it is, and I have no idea what these are. Very difficult to identify them when they're in their raw state. It's hard to say what they are. I'm better at doing it when they're polished. Wow. Connection to ancient Egypt for you as well. That could have been something that you've been interested in your lifetime, or are currently interested in. Ka as in Tutankhamun? Yeah. Maybe you've been to see some Egyptian exhibits or something. Maybe you plan to go there at some point. It's fascinating. Yeah, there's also a darker aspect to your energy as well. I feel like, you may have some shadow work to do, which is great. I mean, I love shadow work. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not saying you're a bad person, not at all. It just means there is some darker aspects of self to integrate, which is a very fun, interesting journey to go on, having been doing that recently myself. So, darker aspects of spirituality. Maybe in some previous lifetimes you did some darker practices. You may have pulled some energy through there with you. And that's not necessarily a problem. It just is what it is. Right, let's get some cards for you. I've got the messages from your angels deck for you guys. Let's get a few cards here to see what else your guides would like to say to you here. I'm getting a big nudge that there's a lot of work to do on your heart chakra. That could be something you've already done or still need to do. From the camera angle, you can't see the green as well as I can sitting here, so I just want to turn that round. It's really, really quite intense, the green colour. Just trying to get the camera to focus. And it doesn't want to. Doesn't that look like Turkish Delight? It does to me. Right, green Turkish Delight. So what flavour would that be? Lime or something? Okay, Serena. Oh, the Angel of Abundance. Daniel, the Angel of Marriage. And Mystique. Wonderful. The only unicorn in this pack. Everyone else is a human angel, but Mystique is a unicorn. Wonderful. So powerful, mystical unicorn energy coming in. And look how this unicorn is jumping out of the darkness, charging forwards into the light out of the darkness. So again, I want to talk about shadow work. I want to talk about working with the darkness and not in a negative way. Working with darker aspects like Lilith, like Hecate, like Hades and Persephone, and those darker aspects, and integrating those if they resonate for you. Also, that's lovely that there is a connection to marriage and relationships here. So there is help and support in relationships if that's something you're struggling with at the moment. And also help and support from the Angel of Abundance. So this is really nice. This is very powerful. For example, if you're going through a divorce right now, there's some reassurance here that you'll be financially looked after, for example. Or if you're just setting up at the beginning of a marriage or partway through and you're struggling financially, there's again that reassurance that the money will come in. I love Mystique. Keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions to appear. So Interesting that we're in the year of the fire horse right now as I'm filming this, although this is intended as a timeless reading. And the energy that we're in right now and that you will be in if you're finding this at a later date. And interestingly, I was actually just interrupted then by a phone call. So there may be some interruptions. You may have been kept waiting for your manifesting. But I was about to say that the year of the fire horse is very powerful for manifesting and for creating abundance and creating positive things for the future. That's the energy of the year. And the things that we ask for in this moment, in this year, and when you actually find this video, even if it's at a later date, it will help you to manifest the things that you want. Even if it feels like those things have been delayed, they are very much on their way. Okay, group number 2, I hope that was helpful. I hope these messages resonated for you. Please do, of course, feel free to watch group number 1 if that resonates for you as well. There could be some messages for you there. Let me know what you think the crystals are in the comments. I would love to hear your opinions. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hype this video. Share it with a friend. I will see you in the next video. Until then, please take very, very good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.